Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to day number 20. Introducing here a new friend of mine that I gained. Her name, this beautiful girl here, is called Clover, and she's decided just to jump in right now. She's saying something. Listen to her closely. I hope you can hear her purr. She's purring. Hi, it is day number 20 today. We're entering the 20th century decade of this book, and Clover, yeah, she's still here. She's gonna give me some guidance today about, she's letting me know what's how the world functions. She's gonna be sitting right here next to me, so know that she's right here enjoying the journey with us. She's gonna be here, the beautiful Clover girl, and yes, day number 20. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in one more time. Yes. Okay, so a lot is always happening, and I love her. She's so cute. Yes. So today's attention, I think, is gonna go be Clover. Yes. She is cool. She's ready. She's telling you all the ins and outs. All right. So let's go. Let's go. Clover's here. Thank you, Clover. All right, so let's just go see what happened next. 3 additional from the wonderful universe sent powerful and to me very significant elements that tremendously ended up assisting my entire finding back home again rebirthing journey introduced themselves in the form of 1, he who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakens. And as 2, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Awareness shift suggestions by then leading my soul into this quite mind-blowing adventure of 3, writing all these many stories and thoughts of little Linda down right here alongside with you and for us, my dear co-traveler, accompanied by a variety of other undertaken action steps resulting from my entire growth and expansionary artistic and self-developing bootcamp repertoire, which I happily will be sharing with you as well at its perfect arising time. Yep. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Wink. And right in this very precious now moment, I am feeling an extreme soul urge to thank you, my wonderful new old soul friend, for your kind attention, curiosity, and for your generous mental support thus far. It is my pleasure to have you aboard. Mwahs! What I, in perspective, truly came to love and realize about this all or nothing push NYC bootcamp chapter of mine is that this quite catalyzing exercise actually ended up offering an excellent opportunity for my many with time created walls, lies, masks, false selves, illusions, belief system, insecurities, etc. to get stripped down, with which therefore allowed me to rebuild everything anew from scratch, and this guided from a complete different perspective, angle, approach, and awareness mindset. In return, my soul this time around found herself being sent into a wonderful awakening living on earth game journey, which rewarded my newly adapted lifestyle choices ungrowingly with a lot more love, inner peace, harmony, happiness, magic, balance, awareness, positivity, self-love, self-respect, self-worth, self-confidence, willpower, trust, with my personal bigger picture interpretation discovery, playfulness, interdependency, knowing, truthfulness, curiosity, uplifting thoughts, with the stability of my mental and physical well-being, with the reconnection success of my a lot truer self, and with the at last extreme rebounding outcome with my magical little Linda as my first, second, third, and fourth priority and responsibility at hand. Yay, that's right. Then, whilst I found myself being busy and committed to my new being busy fun task at hand, I at some point suddenly started to notice that the more that I allowed for myself to embrace little Linda as my actual very first met BFF, that my dear Mr. Loneliness buddy, as part of his cause and effect reaction step, decided to slowly call in his vanishing transmutation process. Sweet! Proudly, I must admit that this little one out of this friend trading exercise very much so happened to have enlivened and enriched my entire Living on Earth game spectacle enormously ever since our reunion in spring 2016. How much I truly missed her sparkly, fun, and giggling presence throughout those many years. Welcome back, my love. He who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakens. A further powerful shift that this entire whirlwind spectacle offered to my soul turned out to be the jump start of the from her and to me by now quite obvious desired spiritual journey adventure, by therefore having her undergo an extreme personal growth and expansionary exercise so that I lastly found myself able to acknowledge the importance of the bond healing necessity between my neglected true little Linda self and I, which also included the ones of dear and amazing Heidi's and Ursa's. Finally, and therefore, I am sending out the biggest gratitude ever to you, my beloved universe, for your tireless patience during this stubborn Linda waking up call quest of yours. We made it. Yay! Love. On top of this wonderful faced and embraced opportunity, I meanwhile also came to the conclusion of what this granted Living on Earth game ride of mine actually seems to be all about, and yours most likely as well. Ha! Ready? It is as simple as and wordy as the overcoming of one challenge after the other in its never-ending loop truth. And this instant growth and expansion created cause and effect dynamic as a result allows the soul to propel itself synchronically to the sun's and the entire universe's own ongoing rhythm forward, orchestrated by its specific vacated vessel's own magical free will existing pace and manner choices. And in super short, the overcoming of one challenge after the other in its never-ending loop truth in order to provide the soul with its evolutionary desired expansion and growth experience. Boom, that's right. Wink. Now, the rather exciting fact about this discovered reality law presents itself to me in the approach of the whens and hows of which presented challenge, as each opportunity, after all, leaves as much room for exactly as many different interpretation and option choices as we find any kind of soul vessels in count, and this within nature's wide-range psychological behavior miracle, meanwhile truly triggered my soul's fascination tremendously as its side effect along of this newly taken on the Doing Me project challenge. Yup, it basically presented itself as a new hobby of mine. Ha! Found ya! Wink! Yes, and this newly gained awareness check therefore eventually led me to realize what kind of an unexpected, incredible acting research opportunity my soul, after all, has been given to enjoy with this granted boot camp exercise at hand. Wow! In addition to my many during the in total 3 NIFA embarked adventures, provided acting life toolbox ingredients, the kind universe blessed my Linda wartenweiler soul with this rather incredible chance to furthermore explore a very different inner and outer world existing reality possibility than the one from my usual as comfort zone perceived awareness perspective, and this even as the leading actress of my own created and life-produced never-ending story feature film. Yeehaw! And this just shared Living on Earth game conclusion of mine, in other words, finds itself very much so reflecting and translating within my soul's current, most challenging, powerful, ungrowing, and never-ending seemingly, where there is a will, there always is a way, puzzle, piece, experience at hand, which is, ta-ta, my visa. Abracadabra. Ouch, that's right. Before we continue our travels with this specific topic, though, I would love to wrap up this now eagle-eye gained perception chapter with one more needed ingredient so that our two souls thereafter more or less will be cruising along on the same page. Wink. Ready? Steady? Go! One of the, to my soul, rather most interesting phenomenon that this concrete jungle formation brings along with is its incredible hunger for its green paper currency, including the therefore on it based created lifestyle. Out of my perspective, the being busy and staying active tasks probably are the number one executed action steps of most menhetations, which includes its during or afterwards following soothing, numbing oneself remedy process that this tempting Candyland keeps on offering to everyone with its never-ending 24/7 availability selection choices. And this classical yin and yang reality effect tactic then mostly seems from the chosen vessel to get tied to the goal to hopefully receive its desired assistance to help it keep their inner and outer energies as balanced as possible, whilst their fragile souls slightly might be undergoing some here and there appearing challenges caused by this ruthless NYC-paced energy flow. Finding the right mixture, I believe, contains the magical required formula to absolutely being able to get the most out of this lovely city's experience if one sticks around longer than less. However, this might be easier said than done. One only knows the outcome of anything by giving it its fair shot, and therefore I am certain of that it is possible once one is aware and ready for this sort of adventure. I am possible after all, and so it is. So what exactly am I trying to bring across here? As we all know, the Big Apple itself already is an absolute hectic and therefore city, and therefore finding oneself physically alone is an almost impossible occurrence to experience, especially during daytime. 8 million vessels somehow coexist in one spot, and this piled up in subways, cars, buses, skyscrapers, buildings, parks, and in the many available streets and avenues. Wherever one goes, one continuously is exposed to other souls, the concrete, and to all kinds of different energies and vibrations. The reality of things is that most of these energies happen to vibrate on a lower end of the scale, as there simply exists rather little room for someone to actually rest and or to recharge those used up batteries properly, as time after all is money. Yup, that's right. Now, if you are adding all these many tall buildings into your own head cinema creation, which simultaneously happen to eat up most of those soothing and for the human vessel essential vitamin D carrying sun ray resources on their ways down, then remove most trees, animals, insects, and plants, give everything an expensive price tag, overall little and narrow available private spaces, set the hourly work wage to a minimum of in 2009 effective $7.25 per hour, for example, and then round this wonderful fusion up by throwing all the many high-figure income existing souls, including their luxurious availabilities, into this duality puddle, and voila, here is your own and personal provided Operation Concrete Jungle sneak peek experience. Enjoy. Well, and with this concept at hand, many souls therefore certainly get forced to either choose to work in the conventional, getting hired in several jobs agreement solution in order to keep up with their monthly expenses, or to possibly come up with their own creative income resources as an alternative. Yes, and this part of NYC's hectic existing domino effect also explains as of why it is an absolute normality and necessity for especially low-income employees and young aspiring artists to spend most of their precious time in a whirlwind of a minimum of 2-job situation agreement. In the artistic world, we call the first few the survival jobs, and the very last one on that list would end up being would end up appearing as the pursuit of one's creative dreams, or the actual reason as to why one's soul currently is tolerating this jungle's madness. That's right. Now, for those entrepreneurs that choose to create their own income resources, I came to learn that anything goes in this, to me, rather fascinating and somewhat shocking, head over heart dictated, be as creative, smart, self-centered, ruthless, and persistent as you can be, whilst you chase after your desires, and you shall get rewarded with them all eventually approach. And boah, what? Yes, and that is when the art of taking, using, abusing, lying, cheating, scamming, calculating, manipulating, and so forth, orchestrated by Snoop Dogg's with my mind on my money, with my money on my mind, mindset is able to take its fairly interesting twists and turns, whilst the predators find themselves determined of getting their hunger met. You have it, I want it, I'll get it, no matter what it takes, promised. That's right. Welcome to the jungle. Money exists and flows everywhere, as it is New York's main sole purpose, and therefore basically everyone and everything is ruled by it. Alongside to this income spectacle, I believe that any soul existing in New York City preferably should be considering adjusting its mindset to their what is in there for me? What can I get out of it? Including the don't trust anyone, as almost every vessel wants something from you attitude, ASAP, whilst being exposed to those many multidimensional strangers and behaviors in order to be able to stay on top of this metropolis's game plan at hand. Yep. And I guess that this is how and when my little finger story slowly starts to make sense. At least a little bit more, right? Ha! Then besides all the many different physical occurring exchanging methods, there of course simultaneously also exists its opposite form, which therefore ongoingly takes place in the unseen and subconscious sphere, introducing one's own personal and precious time and energy resources. That's right. Meanwhile, I actually came to the conclusion that those two elements very much so appear to be the probably most valuable, unaware, and most globally traded daily merchandise in any soul's living on Earth game experience. Yup, and the truth of this matter is that the more a vessel actually owns of each in its self-balanced and foundational unit, the more thrilling, magical, and sparkly a soul's journey is, as its wonderful cause and effect response therefore will unfold itself as, which results, with no doubt, will always remain more powerful, lasting, and blissful than the impact that any of these temporary physical and outer soul provided interactions ever are capable of providing. This my soul finds herself quite convinced of, and so it is. To me, the actual function of any of those countless wonderful existing and created physical availabilities, which includes any fellow soul traveler, meanwhile reveals itself into my awareness as mainly being enhancement tools for our by nature already never-ending provided an all-time accessible, high vibrating, inner occurring reality experience in order to assist each soul during its own just discovered inner and outer experiencing, growing, and expansion process. Throughout their entire individual living on earth game quest as a pleasant reward. Well, and whenever that magical effect at some point stays afar, then this temporary reality truth might seem like a mighty wonderful opportunity for anyone to possibly call in a heart over head time-out session in order to check in with one's little self of what outer and or inner created resources possibly would require some sort of immediate improving tweaking, if desired, of course, wink. Today, I thankfully am finding myself aware of the fact that Linda Wartenweiler has been given this wonderful abundance of time gift from the beloved universe for a specific reason. Therefore, my soul at some point down their ultimate childhood swimming against the stream dream road found herself embracing and surrendering herself to it moment to moment, day in, day out, with the attempt of making the best possible out of it for my true little Linda self experience, plus for my soul's mission at hand. And this awareness collected life toolbox ingredient treasure therefore finds itself wonderfully reflecting in Mark Twain's once magical shared, "The two most important days in your life are the day when you were born and the day when you figure out why." Discovery truth. Thank you. And so it is. It actually took me until very recently to kind of fully understand its tremendous value and to be able to grasp the fact that I ended up trading little Linda's many dear life toolbox treasures, including fun fact passions, with many to my soul lower vibrating responding objects and choices, which awareness check as a result instantly left me once again with the feeling of having come across a less for more bargain situation. Hui, here we go again, wink. In regards of this one's own personal and precious time and energy resources discovery, I very much so came to believe that its value actually tremendously gets heightened in its just talked about metropolis. Yup. This spectacular Candyland, after all, offers an amazing and intensified opportunity for all those many souls out there who consistently are on the run from their own true little self in the hopes to be able to numb and cover their ongrowing shadows up with any other cry for help available resources in the form of an unbalanced and deconstructive distraction mix of money, love, physical items, activities, conversations, social media, work, substances, and or with any other available preferences on the market. Looking for one's ongrowing and never-ending desired lasting happiness from outside resources, therefore, is how most of the, especially in the Western world, populated souls seem to perceive this magical all-time appearing special effect to occur when in true snapple fact, everything required for it already exists, safely locked within each own's vessel from the very get-go. Always. He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakens. And this train of thought just now leads me into this chapter's closing message, which expresses itself with an always keep on treating, caring, and using those two magical power resources of yours with its needed respect if they happen to be dear to you, my friendly co-traveler. And this wherever you go. By ongrowingly remembering to watch out, wink. Well, and if you happen to be up for a daring let's rock and roll adventure right now, or in any other arriving now moment ahead, then give the following exercise a shot or two or three or four, which with guarantee eventually will lead your soul towards a very precious and powerful treasure which is your true little self. Woo! The key to your own inner happiness lies in your attempt to bravely embrace and look those possibly within yourself existing dragons with lots of love and compassion into the eyes, by simultaneously surrendering yourself with all of your heart and trust into the whirlwind appearing chaos, knowing that this is how your beautiful caterpillar successfully metamorphoses itself into the so-called magical butterfly abracadabra. Yup, been there, done that. You can do it too, with no doubt. Love, always. Alrighty, and with all these additional for your own head cinema creation soon, this actually kind of makes sense to be gathered information flow. I now would love for the two of us to finally find out what exactly happened with little Linda's Don't Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream, Acting Uncertainty, Complete Life Change, Entered Pandora, Wombbox, Path. Welcome back. Here we go again with total dedication. Acting visa, yes. This is a topic that we will be directing our two focuses on throughout the following few pages, which has us jump right back to my grandfather's April 16th, 2007 birthday date, and to where my vessel finally found itself equipped with lots of hope, inspiration, respect, eagerness, and curiosity for this then already second Big Apple childhood acting dream started chapter safely back on American ground again. Yay! Which occasion furthermore brought along my soul's intents to approach this then non-visa holder experienced reality check with the updated moment-to-moment, step-by-step, ooh baby, master plan exercise of one, giving this back and forth cat and mouse dance a maximum of the magical three-set charm trial, which decision therefore caused for me to hand all my trust, the house, and the what's anew right over to the all-time helpful universe, as it, after all, was the one that led my soul into this the ultimate childhood dream vision reality in the first place. Ha! Remember? That's right. After an in the following August moment occurred interaction with this during my Reconnecting and Belonging printing out Plan B session introduced 1 year filmmaking student, and meanwhile into a grotto co-worker transformed Zurich friend of mine, my soul interestingly suddenly came to learn that the kind universe happened to have delivered its "Thy wish is my command" next stepping stone solution on that matter as well, in the form of another happy hour surprise. Wow, for real? For real, and thank you. One very important information flow that struck my instant attention during our then experienced conversation revealed itself with the fact that her vessel found itself in the possession of an approved and more valuable F1 student visa. What? How come? With that update in my pocket, I then immediately went ahead and consulted the same already earlier met friendly international student advisory at the Film Academy in order to find out what this difference to my meanwhile expired M1 visa was all about. From her end, I then came to learn that the Film Academy finally experienced their desired school status upgrade in January 2007, which ever since allowed them to accept any international F1 student visa holders to their available programs as well. And this minor seemingly change therefore also brought along the updated detail that all those from any NIFI 1 year program graduating students with that got granted the wonderful opportunity to apply for an upgraded 12 months OPT visa next solution if desired. Wow, 12 months! Wow, what a luxury to have. Oh my. Now, as my by then back and forth traveling choice slowly started to get under my skin, I then out of my Gemini's curiosity, happened to wonder about my own current OPT attracting options at hand, which cause and effect action step, she, to my surprise, ended up answering with the following: ask and you shall receive offer. Well, you could be taking our newly created second-year acting program in January 2008, graduate in 8 months, and then apply for your desired 1-year OPT visa. Ha! This really sounded like a wonderful plan up until the moment during which her soul mentioned the number of their increased tuition fee. Immediately, my vessel as a reaction therefore quickly found itself filling with lots of resistance towards this rather expensive less for more proposal at hand, which as a next step right away led me to express my unwillingness to pay so much money towards a just new student visa solution. Boom, that's right. Well, and I guess that my soul's reaction must have been one of my very first, with my mind on my money, with my money on my mind, adapted and instinctively applied New Yorker tricks at hand, whilst defending my own green paper resources as this friendly advisory right away understandingly proposed to talk my situation through with one of her big bosses in order to find out what my overall option with them were. Fantastic, sounds great. About 1 hour later, she then reached out to my then old school owned Nokia cell phone device and shared the wonderful news that NIFA found themselves happy and willing to support my additional childhood acting dream journey in the form of a 50% discount rate. Woohoo! What? Strike! Yes, these words absolutely sounded like music to my ears, and therefore made me accept their kind offer with no doubt within a snap. Snap! I've got the power! Yeah. Now, as I at that time still happened to be the proud owner of my silver 2002 Volkswagen Polo, I therefore decided to call in a letting go of something that no longer serves one's growth and expansion moment, by instead using this lovely Swiss-based companion as the perfect fair trading solution, as its selling amount matched about exactly those newly appeared expenses. Sweet, let's. My next created to-dos from here on then resulted in 1, returning back to the Small Apple in November in order to sell my beloved Polo friend, and to 2, simultaneously also apply for the precious F1 student visa for my hopefully in January starting second-year NIFA acting program venture. Yes, and hopefully for that reason, as up until my departure date, only another fellow soul found itself being interested in embarking this newly created advanced acting study journey at hand, which for its actual happening therefore very much so required for a few more vessels to sign up. Well, thankfully there remained still a few more weeks within this then soon old to be considered 2007 year, and this extra time at hand as a result certainly could change its 2 students account on any appearing day. Yup, fingers crossed. There you go. That's it for today. Yes, all right, so we finished the eagle eye perspective. I hope that helped you a little bit to get an overview of how I did experience that New York City Big Apple boot camp chapter. Just in general, how I perceive it meanwhile. And I mean, everyone sees it differently, but this is how I see it. And with all of that, you can then, it's cool, you can then understand more what is going on or what happened. And yes, student visa, that's exactly it. A topic that I'm still working on. That's a topic I'm still working on, but it's looking bright. It's looking bright, thankfully, finally. But finger crossed. Anyway, let's see what my friend Clover is doing. She's still here. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, there she is. Hey, there she is. She just woke up from a beauty sleep. Let's say hi and goodbye. So Clover says, relax. She knows, relax, pearl life, just enjoy whatever you do. Spread love, cuddle, and be good to one another. All right? So it's Clover and I say goodbye, and I see you next tomorrow. All right? Bye-bye. Bye, Clover. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, Clover. Say bye-bye.